So we know our Champions League knockout opponents, and always be careful what you wish for. But today's episode is the transfer window. Roll the intro. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Making Maribor save. That's not what it's called. It's called the Maribor save. Have I given this save a title? Is it Making Maribor? I need to double check that. It's the NK Maribor Road to Glory save. That's what we've called it. I remember now. What a start. What a start. Well, it is the transfer window, as it says here, and our 28-year-old centre-back is potentially moving in a 250k deal from Celje to Celje, because he's there currently on loan. I don't think that's going to happen, though, because he's valued at 190k, and his contract's expiring at the end of the season, so Celje would be pretty stupid to pay over his value when they could just start negotiating him on a free, non-contract basis. Yeah, so an interesting one there from the computer. We've also been linked to lots of different things. Villet Njoy has been linked to Almunia, which I think we'd probably let him go. I don't see any reason why. I don't know, maybe I think he might have something about him, to be honest. I know he's only 2.5 star potential, but he has got good attributes in the right place, and he's only 18 years old, so I'll have a think about that one. We're looking at Thoughtsby bringing an experienced winger, Vitolo. So I've scouted him because, you know, we're rumoured to him in the press, so I think that's allowed. It doesn't look too bad, to be honest. He's just old, 33, and I don't think we really want a 33-year-old winger. We've also been linked to Flavio, which is a bit more in our sort of area. 17-year-old Brazilian. I do like to bring in a little young Brazilian to Maribor, grow them and try and sell them for a profit. So we're looking at him. I think, have I made a bid on him? Yeah, a £0 bid. So us against America de Natal. And Marvin Plattenharten, so 30 years old. We'll give him a scout as well. Left back. We don't really need a left back. It's more a right back that we're interested in. We've got a few of them being scouted at the moment. But that is the transfer window. There's going to be some action going on, but I said, be careful what you wish for in the Champions League stage. Roll the clip from the last episode. I don't care who I would like a Barcelona, to be honest, so that we get the most money and we get the most acclaim and things like that. I would like a Barcelona. Yeah, we got Barcelona. I cannot believe it. We got Barcelona. Out of everyone we could have got, we were the third out of the hat. We were at home, and then Barcelona are coming to Slovenia. Wow. It's going to be impressive. It's going to be really, really difficult. I mean, their team is ridiculous. They've now signed Jadon Sancho, who's actually taken over from Messi as their key player. Well, that is ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. They've got a very good squad, as you would imagine. But Jordi Alba is transfer listed for 4.1 million. So, you know, we have 4.1 million. I'm pretty sure he's not going to want to move to us. No. There you go. I got a little bit, I'm not going to lie, there was a little twinge of excitement in me there when I realised he was in our budget. So, I mean, we need a right back as well. 975k. I mean, come on. Yeah, I reckon we might be able to tempt you in. 975k. I'll have you for 975k. 975k, but Barcelona have to pay quite a lot of your wages. Yeah, fine. You can have 20% of the profit of the next sale. Don't mind that as long as you're paying his wages. That is totally fine. What is going? There's so many people listed here. Carlos Soler as well, 25-year-old Spanish guy, 53 million though. What's he? 47.5 million. No. Nico, whoever he is. I know this is sort of against the rules, but lots of these players aren't going to move to us anyway. Loan listed. We'll give him a scout. I think it is. I think we've had this sort of discussion before. The rules are a little bit, you know, bendable, I think. In fact, we've had some comments below saying, I think now that you're in the Champions League, you should be able to use the player search function. So, again, I'll open it up to the crowd. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do we stick to the rules with only sign players that our scouts find, or that the teams are up against, or in the league, or stats of like attributes and things? So the Champions League now, technically anybody that's like top goal scorer, top assister, things like that, we might be able to go and scout. I still think we always have to rely on our scouts as well. But yeah, so there's actually two things. That's the first. Are we going to change the rules now that we're actually the Champions League proper would mean that we had access to a bigger player database? And the second one is staff searching. Do we say that we can use the actual staff search function, which I haven't been. I've put everything out by adverts and we've been getting some good people in. Obviously, the adverts aren't nowhere near as good as going out and finding your own staff. So let me know down below, can we use the staff search? Can we use the player search? Question 1, player search. Question 2, staff search. Let me know down below. And yeah, let's crack on. Let's crack on. Now you know who we've got. We've got Barcelona. There won't be any gameplay in this episode. It's just going to be a transfer window. So we're going to see what occurs. There's a lot of things happening on this first day. So we're going to go through these right now. So we're trying to just shift out some people that are on loan. We're trying to just make them permanent deals. And a lot of them aren't having it. And no, yeah, Wagyu is not interested. So Zalon Kolmanek has joined Celj on loan as part of our loan army being sold out. He's only 22, so I don't really want to sell him because I want to give him a go, but I think he needs to improve, and to do that he needs to play more football, so he's gone out. We have loaned out Vipotnik. This is because we are after a new striker, a Brazilian who I think we looked at in the previous episode. But Vipotnik, he's got good stats, good attributes. He has got good stats as well, apart from when he plays in the Premier League. So we're going to send him out on loan to Bravo, where he should be a pretty regular player for them, hopefully. And I'm hoping that it sort of ignites his goal scoring. His determination isn't brilliant. His natural fitness is rubbish. His team working and ability is rubbish. If they can sort of, regular starter is the agreed playing time. If they can get him firing, he'll get a go with us again next season. If they don't, I'm going to try and sell him. And hope that someone backs his potential. We've brought in 2 youngsters. Tannen Milander and Alexander Hagen have come from Kaluj FC and Bodo Glimt, both on free transfers. So Alexander Hagen is a 19-year-old. We brought him in on trial. He did pretty well. He scored in a couple of the friendlies. Very quick winger. We'll see how he gets on. He's going to sit in the under-19s for a little while. And Tannen Milander, 17-year-old Estonian. I think he's got something about him as a striker. He's basically going to be the equivalent of Vipotnik now, to see if he can progress and score goals. As you can see, they're not very... they're happy about Hagen, they're not very happy about Melander. So, yeah, it's just a bit of an interesting one. So we're going to get Durificic to welcome both of these players in, because that would be lovely. He's dropped down the pecking order. But there is another reason that we've come back in the transfer window, and that is because obviously our transfer window on the 9th of January has opened up slightly behind the rest of Europe. We've already had bids on Nguisen from Porto, and no, not Nguisen, sorry, Utara was from Porto, and they didn't pay his release fee. I just went, you've got to pay us £5 million, and they said no. Was it Utara or was it Nguisen? Has he got the 10 million? It was Nguisen. I said, they put a bid in and it just about made his 1.2 million value. I said no, and then said, you're going to have to pay us £10 million. And then I remembered that Utara also has a release fee, and he's now wanted by Porto. So I'm now offering Utara a better contract with a bigger release fee, because I don't think we can afford to lose those 2 players. They have basically been making us tick in Europe. So, yeah, we really can't afford to do that. But other than that, transfers wise, there's quite a lot going on. As you can see, we've got a few little ones here that are sort of happening. So players go. So let's look at the ins. We've got Flavio, who we're potentially making a bid for, and then Jorge. Let me know in a text area. We might actually call him J Tex Area as a nickname, because I know how to pronounce that. This would be the striker that sort of comes in, and Vipotnik's gone out on loan, so this guy would come in, and I think he looks pretty damn useful. Pretty quick, acceleration isn't too bad. He'll be playing as a pressing or an advanced forward. Passing isn't the best, but work rate's pretty good. Teamwork's good. He sort of fits the DNA that we want with determination, teamwork, work rate, and natural fitness. Finishing's pretty good. Composure could be a bit better. So, yeah, all in all, I'm looking forward to potentially bringing this guy in. Atletico Mineiro want him. We've both made a bid. He may opt to stay in Brazil. Same with Flavio as well. On the outs, though, we are potentially getting rid of a few youngsters that I don't think are ever going to cut the grade. So Jaka Zugejli, Nicola Milanic, Nino Paredes, who's a right winger who looks absolutely terrible technically, and Blas Korosek. Now, Blas Korosek, again, he's got good physicals. Technicals are just a bit rubbish. He is only 18, but I don't think he's going to make too much of an imprint for us. Nikola Madanic was quite highly rated when he first came through, but has never really progressed it, so not too fussed about him either. That basically brings you up to date for the first part of this transfer window, so let's crack on and we'll be back if there's any other news. Okay, so we have some news. We've just beaten Celje, I want to say, 1-0. Yeah, Celje, 1-0. We've just beaten 1-0. A decent performance. We've been pretty consistent, actually, with our formations and stuff going forward. I might start mixing up a little bit for the league. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. Flavio has agreed to sign for us, the 17-year-old Brazilian who we're taking a punt on. He was recommended to us by our director of football, I'm pretty sure. And he comes in as a winger. I don't even know if he'll move straight away. But yeah, he's coming in. No offers for Mitrovic. Our goalkeeper has gone on loan at the end of the till the end of the season, and Utada has signed a new contract, $3,000 a week, so he's got a pretty big pay rise. 20 years old, been crucial for how we play. He now has no more interest in him, and more importantly, no release fee. So it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant stuff. He's here until 2027, so a 4-year contract. Delighted, absolutely delighted. The fans are delighted. He's delighted to be working under us because of the admiration for us. So an all-round good news day, which is something we were very, very happy about. And it looks like Vipotnik has started by scoring goals as well. Should we see if we can see his goal? We've unlocked an achievement, armchair expert. But let's see. So Vipotnik has started up front. Let's see how did he score here? He started up front on his own as well, which isn't normally very good for someone with low work rate. But Vipotnik, I mean, simple as you like, really, isn't it? Look at that. Simple as you like. Well done, Vipotnik, out on loan. And Flavio, we will allow to come on trial until his permanent signing on the 26th of January this year. Okay, we do have a huge influx of Brazilians come in when they're old enough. So we have this. Well, Alexander Kupic obviously isn't a Brazilian, but they can only join when they're 18 in Slovenia. So we've got a young goalkeeper joining. We have a young Brazilian goalkeeper joining in Vinicius Rangel. We have 2 young defenders. One is Charles, who looks pretty decent, to be honest, and the other one is Paulo Rogério, who again looks pretty good. As you can see, they all join at various times when they turn 18. Coming in is Flavio. We've looked at him. Filippo Francisco, who has been here for quite a while, is also joining at the end of this season when he turns 18. And then we have Ben Kerr also joining from Scotland as well, which is quite an interesting one. So lots of different people joining. The Brazilians, I know we've got a limit on foreign numbers, so the plan is to bring them in, loan them out and get them experience that way. But all in all, I think it's all pretty good, to be honest. I think it's all going pretty well. This is a guy that I wish the club had never sold, because we could really have done with him at right back all season. Well, ever since he left the club, probably. But yeah, Peter Stojanovic. He's 27. He's worth 1.6 million. We do have a 15% sell-on clause, which we may be able to actually buy out if we ever get in desperate need of money. 118k is what apparently would get from it. But yeah, that's okay. So we've got a few in here as well, but you know, we can't buy these ones out yet. It's probably because they're going in terms of contract running out or installments that are fixed in. So Repas, by the way, just a quick update on him. Loving life in the second division of Slovenia. 5 goals, 6 assists in 17 appearances, a 7.3. He's doing very, very well for them. They also, didn't they? They signed the guy on loan from us as a permanent deal. What's his name? What's his name? Alexandre Fressange. That was him. Has he even played for them? No. 0 appearances in the second division. They've got him on loan and he's joining permanently for £72,000. So they're probably regretting that right now. But he had very high potential, which is why they've bought him. Which is why I bought him. And then Olimpia Ljubljana wanted him. So yeah, I was happy to cash in and let it go. It was a 1-0 win. It was Baranasic that got us the goal coming off the bench. He is very, very good. He's the sort of player I really want to bring in on a permanent deal, and they're not willing to sell. So we're going to make an inquiry. We may... Yeah, go on. Let's get the press involved. Let's get the press. Barisic set to move to Maribor. 9.75 million. That's a lot of money. I'd love to keep him in permanently. I think we've got a good chance. Let's see what Dynamo Zagreb make of that. As you can see, we have another game coming pretty quickly. Marcos de Luma is going to move to Fuzinar as well. This is a guy we bought in who doesn't have too much star potential, but we've bought him on a free, and if we can get him playing a little bit out on loan, maybe we can then get some cash for him when we sell him. We're going to have quite a lot of turnover of young players that I bring in on frees and then try and sell on, and if we don't, we're just paying them a pittance in wage anyway. So it's going to be an interesting sort of turnover of players that we have on this one. Vicente finishes scouting Jorge. Oh, Jorge turned us down. He stayed in Brazil and signed for Atletico Mineiro. Can't really be too mad at him for that, so you know it makes sense. Staying in Spain. Our scouts are very busy. They are out there having a look at players. Giacomo would be a good signing. He could improve a lot in the future. I don't think he's worth it, to be honest. So we will acknowledge him, keep him on the player list. Svetlin is excited about reconvening with someone else. Marosa's excited. There's so many. It's very ancestral Slovenian football. I think a lot of players move between clubs, and that's a little bit strange. Okay, so some interesting news in the transfer window. I asked for a budget increase and they've given me a new budget, £15.95 million, which means we might go and make a cheeky bid for Barisic and see if we can maybe unsettle him and bring him in. Who knows? We've also got the number of scouts increased from 7 to 9, and they've agreed that we should go and get a senior affiliate, so hopefully they can find one of them. There is not all good gravy news though, because there is Pozek Vankas. Oh, it's only 2 players, just sod off. Discuss issues with the squad. Yeah, okay. He deserves a new contract, does he? Point finger. His demands dead point. A new contract at this point. You'd all be after one. Yeah, there you go. Please, Joel Perez let down. Look, pump the fist. It means that much? No. This has gone far enough. I'm pleased with those of you who understand the predicament. Those, the rest of you, get on with what you're being paid to do. Offended. Oh, point the finger. This is our chance to work things out. I don't care if you're offended, Joel Pereira. You're not really playing, so you're just a backup, and you still got really good morale, so it doesn't matter. We didn't give Pozek Vankas a new contract because he managed to score 1 goal in a game, and his agent was like, oh, my player needs a new contract. And that final score was 6-0. And in that 6-0, I think we had 35 shots at goal, 16 on target, and he got an 8.5. Matos, our right back, scored 2 goals and got an 8.9 and didn't say that he needed a new contract. So Matos scored 2 and assisted 3, and his agent didn't come moaning, only Pozek Vankas's. So I said, sack your agent. He said no. We got into an argument. I won because I'm the manager. We are actually progressing pretty well through January. It's a very, very busy January. And there isn't too much transfer news to talk about, really. We've brought in another... So we've got 2 people on trial. We've got Girotti, who I've had for a while. And I think because we missed out on George, I may give him a contract just as a backup sort of striker. He's had a good career. He's still quite young. He's 23 and he's had a lot of time at River Plate to get used to their system, and he scored 3 goals in 7, got a 7.3 before their end of the season. He didn't get a new contract. And Leo Verhegde is a youngster from Celtic who's Norwegian, who I'm quite tempted to bring in because it looks like, where is he, that Mitrovic is going to be on his way out for a very bargainous price of 250k to Zaglebi Lubin. He's on really high wages, 2.5 grand a week, so I thought, yeah, we could probably get rid of those wages and potentially bring in another youngster that can act as a bit of a backup. Being Norwegian, he wouldn't be a non-EU national. Is the nation of Great Britain. That's interesting. Never think I've seen that before. Finally, must return within 57 days. Okay, well, at the moment he's here for a week. So, yeah, I might bring him in. Not sure. We've only got him on a week's trial. It's whether he's actually better than what we've got. Get rid of Mitrovic. We've still got Mayhair that can play. We've still got Sales and we've still got Bejga. So, I don't know. I'll have a think about it. But in all, nothing too much. We're just sort of ploughing through the games. Flavio joins soon at the end of the month. So, yeah, we're just sort of going through. But I had to come back and report that we had our lovely... we're going to send the assistant to that because it was an easy win. We got our budget increase, which is incredible. So £15 million. I'll tell you what, let's go to Barisic. Where is he? Because I do really want to sign him. And we are going to say... I mean, that is 6 million. and with a 50% sell on after that. So you want £21 million. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We'll give you $5 million up front, and then we'll give you $2.5 million. In fact, no, we can give you a bit more in installments. Let's give you, I mean, that's 9 million. £10 million that equates to. I mean, it's down to 21, so we're sort of heading in the right direction. Let's go 5 and 5, and then 2 million, and we'll just make the offer. We're not going to suggest it. We'll just make the offer. Let them think about it for a little bit longer, and then yeah, really, the only sort of strengthening we need, I think, at the moment is right back. I'm expecting us to get knocked out of the Champions League by Barcelona, and then we're just going to canter to the league because we're already sort of cantering to the league, and it's only January. We haven't lost a game. We've drawn 3, Domzale, Tabosenza and Mura, but we've played 16. We've got a goal difference of plus 38, which is absolutely ridiculous. And we've beaten Domzale 2-0. We've got Bravo coming up next. We beat Selj, we beat Radomils, we beat Copa. So all in all, we're actually in a very, very good place in the league, and I don't think we need to worry about that. It's more, I think maybe in the summer, that's where it'll be a big deal. Hassan Mouer has moved from Lyon to Barcelona for 121 million. Haaland has moved from Dortmund to Real Madrid for 92 million. Oh my God, what's going on in the world of football? And yeah, so really, there's not too much to sort of go within the rest of the transfer window. We'll be back if there's any big news, but I don't think there will be, to be honest. Utara no longer has anyone interested in, and Greece still has Juventus and Chelsea, now only Chelsea. So yeah, it's a pretty bleak January transfer window, in all honesty. Absolutely unbelievable. We agree a deal for Dynamo Zagreb. We've done Rodrigo for Barisic, and he says we're going to struggle to meet his contract demands. What? He's on £725 a week. What are you on about, mate? What are you on about? We'd be able to easily afford you on our wages. It'd be very interested in joining. Oh my God, that is so infuriating. It was a $17.5 million deal with basically 6 million down in front. After 50 games, it would be 2.5. No, it was less than 17 million actually. It would have been 2.5 million after 50 games, 2.5 million after 50 goals, a 40% percentage of profit of the next sale, 6 million down and 7 million after. And it was like, it was infuriating. We'd been negotiating, and then he comes back with that bloody response. What a twat. So we've not been able to use this new budget that we've got. We have sold the centre-back guy, Mitrovic, who was obviously, it was very good for us in the first 2 seasons, but wasn't getting much game time. I sort of feel like we do need to bring in another striker, so I think Girotti will probably be signed. I'm still undecided by Leo for Hejde, who we could bring in, I think, for about 650k or 750k if they don't accept anything below that on compensation. 6'2", really good jumping reach, strength's a bit rubbish, already got good tackling, marking, heading and positioning. Anticipation and bravery is too low as well. Obviously, we don't employ no-nonsense centre-back, so his composure's really bad, and I don't think that's going to increase quick enough for us, given the fact he's 19. Maybe if he was like 16 or 17, he comes from the youth academy, then potentially. I mean, he's played 1 game in the Scottish Premiership and got 7.1, which is really, really good. But in the Championship, the division below last year, 6.4 isn't very good. So I'm going to pass on Leo for Hejde, but I think we are going to see if we can get Girotti on a chip. He wants to be a fringe player, which is fine. But then if we're going to use him as a fringe player, are we better off diving in to the under-19s and looking at the strikers? So this guy, Tanela Milander, we could probably give him a few games instead, this Estonian that we brought in, rather than just bring in someone new. 2-star, potentially 3-star. Could become as good as Luka Zahovic. Good finishing, decent composure. Off the ball would need him. As a backup, he probably would do the job. But Girotti, 2.5, 3-star. There's not that much difference, to be honest. So Milander is 17 and in our youth academy. So he's got 6. He's 6 years younger. He wouldn't be a foreign player. And he's not that... I mean, defending, I don't really care about defending. Attacking-wise, they're exactly the same. Yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it? He's got better finishing. He's got better composure. More flair. He's quicker. Well, he's not quicker. He's got better acceleration. Jumping reach isn't as good. How tall is he? 5'10", 6'2". So Girotti does come with the height. Yeah, he's very much more of an all-rounder, Girotti. So averages 8 and 8, averages 9, 8, 12, 12. Yeah. I wonder if we can get Girotti in on maybe a 1-year deal as a fringe player. He does want a 1-year deal. If we can get him on a deal just for the end of the season. I mean, if he wants $7,000, he's never getting that. Okay, we'll up it to... No, we're gonna. I don't think we're gonna. No, we're gonna walk away then. Girotti misses his chance, and because Luka Zahovic is injured currently, he's not. He's between 10 and 4 days. That's how good our physiotherapy department is. They can't. They've given us. They've given us a window. They've given us a window of about 30 days in there. Brilliant. Yeah, I think we call up then. I think these 2 trials get terminated because we're not going to agree a deal with Girotti, and Hedged I just don't think will be enough. I don't think he's going to improve at a quick enough rate to ever actually challenge the first team. And then, yeah, I think we dive into the under-19s. We use the players. A youngster we've bought in is quite nice to bring in. Marcos Deloma could have been another one, but he's gone out on loan. Vipotnik, I'd rather he got lots of first-team football, which he's doing at Bravo, actually, which is really cool. And then we do have Vidovic as well, but he's a little bit worse than Miranda. So maybe we do call... We'll leave Miranda in the under-19s, but I think we can call him up in this sort of way. If we go under-19s and then go Miranda, and we'll put you on the bench just for now, just so you're there. We'll just replace Traore at the moment. And then you will be in here, and we'll just keep you on the bench. I think that's the right thing to do. I think that's the right thing to do. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do we go and sign a new striker as a backup, or do we just have the youngster? Because ideally, we're going to have Barisic and Zahovic for most of the season. So maybe as a third choice striker, Miranda is the way to go. Obviously, we rotated our team, by the way, for the last game. Other than Barisic, we rotated our whole team, and we got another 6-0 win. So absolutely ludicrous. We're far too good for this division. Barisic got a hat-trick in the first half. And then came off. Marco Brest got a goal. I mean, it's we're a very, very, very good team. 20 shots, 10 on target, like 50% shot on target ratio is very, very good. But yeah, it's going very well. Obviously, Vipotnik couldn't play in that one because it was against us. So he was dropped. But I mean, 3 appearances, 2 goals at 7.23. He clearly can score in this division, and he probably will be getting a chance next season if he keeps that scoring rate up. But not too long to go in the transfer window. I'm looking forward to reading all your comments about it, actually, because, yeah, it's interesting. I do want a mix of signings and youngsters that we bring through. I don't just want it to... That's why I do quite like the idea you can only buy players that your scouts find, but I also do understand the potential of having a player search function, because we still probably can't attract very good players at the moment. So yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Very interesting, to be honest. We should be more technical attacking training. Yeah, well, you can't do that at the moment because we're playing 2 games a week, and when you're playing 2 games a week, you focus on the essentials, which is your tactics and your recovery. So all you players can shut up, to be honest. We could technically, we don't need the recovery on that day. So there you go. You can do some attacking. You can do some technical attacking training on Monday. And you can actually do some defending training on Monday as well. And then we'll bump the recoveries over to the Sunday so that you don't have to do anything on Sunday. You have to come in and just sit in an ice bath. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do there. Okay, right. We'll be back if there's any more news as the game autosaves. What a time to leave the end of this part of the video. So, yeah, this has happened. We've signed Raja Nainggolan on £900 a week. Just on a 5-month deal. I thought, why not? I thought it would be quite good. A bit of experience. We don't have too much experience. Disappointed about signing him, but we'll give him a chance. I mean, I think, to be honest, it's probably not necessary, but he's in. We drew 2-2 against Mura, by the way, in our last leg, and he got a start, Melenda, and he scored. And it was a very nice finish. So 1 appearance, 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 player of the match. He's got off to a fantastic start for Maribor. And, well, likes to round the keeper, and that's exactly what he did for his goal. It was very nice indeed. Mitrovic is leaving in the 1st of February, so very, very soon as well. So that is all confirmed. And I think we've made a pretty good decision here with bringing Melenda in from the youth team. So very interested. We kept the rotated team and even dropped Barisic, and I think that is why we probably got the 2-2 draw against Mura. It does end our winning streak of games, which is absolutely ridiculous, heading all the way back in the league to there, Domzale, 0-0 against Domzale, but I didn't mean to click on that. And then, yeah, so it's going all right, really. The transfer window shuts around here sometimes, so not too long left. But all in all, I'm pretty happy. But yeah, Nainggolan is he's joining the team. There he is, Raja Nainggolan. I mean, in terms of team DNA, fits it brilliantly. 15, 19, 16, 12 natural fitness, but that's because he's getting a bit older. But yeah, I mean, he can fill in. Can't he? Can sit in the hole and just sit there and knock passes around, have a few shots with his long shots 18, and he'll probably get sent off in the 5 months that he's going to be at the club. But I think it's not a bad deal. Not a bad little deal to be in Nainggolan. But well, no, we haven't. We've got 2 games a week still. Not sure if Nainggolan's going to actually get into... oh, yeah, this was something that happened. Kuzmic came through our youth system, and Smartno basically paid his compensation of 325k. I don't think he's ever going to really be worth that, and it could go up to £1 million. So, yeah, I'm more than happy with that. Not a problem at all. We've got lots of scout reports coming in. I'll go through all of these in a minute to go through them. But yeah, in theory, it's all going pretty easy, to be honest, in the league. Yeah, 0-0 draw, but we're going to come back to our full strength team for this one and probably absolutely batter them. We are going to not talk about those signings because I don't think they're 100% necessary. But Nainggolan may get a debut in this one. Stojanovic is still waiting. He's got 17 months on his contract. Oh, his release fee is nearly expired, 31st, and no one is now interested, and no one's coming in at 1.7 million, which I think would be an absolute snip for a 22-year-old who is as good as Stojanovic. But if they don't, if that's it, then it's fine. Oh, Zalatel can be sent home if he's ill for a virus. Oh my god, it's not resurfacing, is it? It's not resurfacing, the deadly word that you can't say on YouTube. I really hope it's not resurfacing. But yeah, so we'll probably come back on deadline day, I imagine. So we're back for deadline day. Results have been pretty good, to be honest. I can't even remember what the last game was we were here for. Maybe Mura, 2-2, 3-0, 5-0, 2-1 loss to Radomilj, which was really, really irritating. According that we played a pretty strong team as well. We just brought in Hagen, the youngster, at left wing, but the defence were knackered and not really up for it. I mean, we had more shots, we had a higher XG. Somehow they won 2-1. Yeah, whatever. And then we beat Cooper 5-0. So back-to-back 5-0 wins against Cooper in the quarterfinal of the Cup, which is great. Barcelona are just around the corner. But today is deadline day and we are going to take part. There's nothing really in the offing at the moment. As you can see, ins and outs, there's nothing really going on. We've got a youngster who's potentially going to move for compensation to another club, which is fine. But yeah, in terms of the ins, nothing really happening. So we've got this new budget and we've not spent anything of it. So let's see if we can get that done. We'll be back if there's any news on deadline day. And there we go, a very quiet deadline day. Nothing really happened. It was pretty rubbish, to be honest. I thought we'd be a bit busier. We've had a few bids. We had a bid for Edmondson accepted, centre back from Rangers. Scouts picked him up. I know him from a previous save as well, so I thought we'd go and give him a go. We got an offer accepted. He rejected our first contract, and then when the second offer got accepted, he didn't want to speak to us because the talks had broken down, and not really much, really. Brest is going to remain at Maribor. Karius has now got a team interested in him, which could really wreck our season if they come in. I don't know what the transfer window is for Al-Duhali. He's got a £2 million release fee, and they could very easily pay that. And then if he goes, Joel Pereira becomes our number one keeper, which isn't the greatest of outcomes of it. Banisic, another bid for him got rejected. We tried to buy Musilowski, that got rejected. So all in all, yeah, pretty quiet. A few loans here and there went out. We bought in Nainggolan on a free transfer, as you know. A few more loans, a few more sort of compensation deals went for youngsters. Jordan Stranjina left us as well. Yeah, all in all, not too much to report home about in the transfer window. But next up is the big one. It's the first knockout round against Barcelona. And then you get quite a bit of time. We've got like a month off. Or 3 weeks before we play them again. First up, it's at Lujskavert, which I always pronounce wrong. But it's at Lujskavert in Slovenia. And then we're going to go to the masses of the Nou Camp. And that's it, really. I imagine we're not going to get through that, and that'll pretty much be the end of the season. We'll go through to the end of the league season. Yeah, Barcelona up next, and Nainggolan's going to be available. I mean, he's played 2 games. He's been terrible, absolutely terrible. 2 appearances, 6.4 for us. But you know, he's had a total value of £50 million worth of transfers, so he's got something about him. We'll have to see how he gets on, and he is in a mentor group now as well, which is good, and he's got lots of player traits which are moves into channel at his age with his acceleration and pace and agility probably isn't very good, but killer balls often, shoots from distance, shoots with power, dives into tackles. I think he could do a good job for us, and it's £900 a week for a ex-Belgian international, so really I think he was a good sort of no-brainer to bring in. But other than that, all pretty quiet, not too much to worry about. So thanks for tuning in to the transfer window special. Sorry it hasn't been that special. I guess the main thing is we've kept hold of our main players in Ingreisen and Utada. But yeah, we'll be back for the big game against Barcelona. See you then. Cheers.